Buenos dias. Welcome to our Spain. How's it going, Gaetano?
It's going muy bueno, Tanya. A2? E2?
It's a little hot. We're a little sweltering this week, but we have both taken some little vacations, and I'm just gonna use one of my experiences for the our Spain today.
Is this an
Um,
happy Spain?
It isn't our happy Spain. I just want to say I've been driving in Spain for 5 years, and I have consistently been very, very happy with how Spanish drive. They're very
Okay.
courteous, and they'll let you in if you put your indicator out. They'll actually slow down to let you in front of them. They'll move over on the autovia so that that lane is for you to go into, and they stop for every single pedestrian. Like I know, like I don't know what it's like in the city, but we have a lot of zebra crossings or crosswalks here that don't have lights where people can just kind of stop and walk over, and they tend
Okay.
to just not even stop and look. They just People just walk over here, and people stop. The cars stop. I mean, there is you always should look, but I will say the drivers are actually looking and stopping for people pretty much 99.9% of the time, stopping and letting people walk over,
Okay.
which I love. And we went to France. That was not the case. It was more like an American English experience where if you need to cross the road, you need to stop, even if you've got the light, just double check, make sure. And, that people driving a little more bananas. And
Okay.
so when we came back into Spain, I was kind of like, oh, yes, it's nice here how courteous the Spanish drivers are. It's refreshing and
Okay.
unique, apparently.
Okay.
So that's my R Spain. Thank you to all the people that drive here and the people. I think it rubs off, as well. You have to change your way of thinking about how you drive a little bit when you first drive here. So I just want to also encourage everybody to kind of get with that program when they're coming here and driving from other countries, because it's a really nice way to get about.
Okay. Well,
And
I have to say, it costs €1,000 to get your license here, so maybe they're courteous because they don't want that taken away because it costs so much to get. I don't know how much it costs to get a license in France, but maybe they're just giving them away. They're letting anyone
oh,
on the road.
that could have something to do with it. So that's my R Spain. I would just wanted to appreciate the way that people drive here. Um, And today we're going to do 20 fun and silly proverbs, Spanish proverbs. And some of them we have they're quite similar to things that we also use in English, but some of them are just completely bananas. And we love
Right.
it.
And I love and like in America we have ones that are bananas too, and the words don't make sense, but we're so used to them that they make
Hmm.
sense. So it's fun reading, one the Spanish word, translating it into English to find out what the really words are, and then you have to translate it into its meaning, right?
Right.
So
So we're
there's
going to cover the three things. The
yes.
proverb, which we are calling the Spanish refranes, is the proverb. And then we're going to literally translate it. And then we'll give you the meaning in case it's not obvious, which in many cases it's not. Because a lot of them I'm realizing, which makes sense with proverbs, that the reason why they choose the words that are chosen in our language and in any language is because they rhyme and they sound good, like you just said.
Mhm.
So it doesn't necessarily make any sense. And please excuse our Spanish off the bat because we're going to have to say all
Yes.
these things in Spanish. Do you want to
So
start?
I have my everyone has known my Ricardo Montalban voice, so we have to get you to channel a voice. Maybe you watch some telenovelas so you can get a spicy Latin voice going to help you with your
Maybe.
pronunciation.
Well, for now, I'm just going to attempt with my regular Spanish.
Channel my inner sexy Spaniard. Hold on. Um,
Number one,
Número uno. Un boca cerrada no entran moscas.
right? There you go, which makes sense. Flies don't enter a closed mouth. And
No, they don't.
they don't, which is a good thing.
So this means think before you speak. So I'm gonna have to learn this one because I have kids in the house that
Yeah.
sometimes just start talking.
So you got to use that in Spanish, obviously.
Yes. Boca cerrada no entran moscas.
So we learned a few words here. Moscas is flies.
Moscas is fly, see.
So I
Cerrada
like,
is closed.
there we go. And En Boca, which en Boca, obviously, I think we probably know that one. That's a pretty
That
basic
one, yeah.
Spanish one. This one, so number two, I love. It's kind of, it's a variation of something we have. Aunque la mona se vista de seda, mona que se queda. Even if a monkey dresses in silk, it's still a monkey. A completely bizarre version of our completely bizarre, you can't put lipstick on a pig.
Right. No, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
And you can dress a monkey in silk, and it's still a monkey.
It's still a monkey.
Because I do believe when I was in Morocco, I might have seen some monkeys dressed in silk. So
I'm sure you did. They were all over the Three Stooges movies when I was growing up, right? There was always some, what would they call those? The monkeys with the music boxes. There's a name for
Oh,
those.
yeah.
But anyway.
There's a name for that. Yes.
So another one we have here is no saber ni papa de algo. De algo.
De algo.
No, not knowing a potato about something.
There you go. I mean, that makes sense, right? You don't know anything. You don't even know a potato about this thing. I like that. That's very like clear, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Number 4. This one's funny. Cuando las barbas de tu vecino veas corta, pon las tuyas a remojar. So when you see your neighbor's beard cut, soak yours. So I didn't know if you have to cut a beard, are you supposed to soak it first, maybe to get your skin and the beard and the hair maybe soft?
Well, if you're going to shave, you have to moisten your face, and you want to be yeah.
That's about if you see something happening to somebody else that might happen to you, prepare yourself. So you prepare your beard. Because you've already seen your neighbor's beard be cut, like you don't want it cut without soaking.
You don't want to bleed like your friend's bleeding.
Right.
I gotcha.
So, it's a very long one, but it very much makes sense. I didn't understand this because I don't have a beard, luckily, and I didn't know that I had to soak it before I cut it.
So our next one is casa de heda. Let me start that one over.
Mm-hmm.
Casa de Hierro, Cuchillo de Palo.
Okay, so you got to roll the double R and one R. Do you want to try that again?
Casa de Hierro. Wait, Herrero. Casa de Herrero.
We're gonna have a whole episode in how to roll R's. That'll be later.
Well, I know how to roll my R's. I don't know how to stop rolling my R's if you've got 50 R's in a word.
Casa de Herrero. So you roll the first two and then the regular one. Anyway. Okay. So you'll do the translation. So Casa de Herrero, Cuchillo de Palo.
Cuchillo. It's double
Cuchillo.
You're going to criticize my Spanish. I'm coming after you, lady.
This is a really hard one. I recommend everyone put this into Google and have the women there translate it for you.
or speak it for you, you mean.
There you go.
A blacksmith's house, a wooden knife, like the shoemaker's son, always goes barefoot.
It's kind of the same thing. So it's basically saying that if you are the blacksmith's house, you probably don't have a proper knife, and if you're a shoemaker, you probably don't have any shoes. Like nobody from the family is taking advantage of the skills of the expertise that the person in the house has.
Well, I mean I grew up with the expression "a nurse's child's always sick."
There you go.
I don't know
exactly.
if you heard that. So that's.
Yep, that's exactly it. Because I think that's exactly the same thing. Like the nurse should be able to stop you from getting sick, right?
Right, but by the time she gets home, she don't care. That was
right,
her
exactly.
job.
Well, and if you've been making shoes all day, I'm not making you a pair of shoes too. No. It's just not happening. If you're a cleaner, your house is probably going to be the dirtiest. The last thing you want to do is go home and clean your own house after you've been cleaning everybody else's houses. This one is, number 6 is interesting. I sort of like this. I'm not sure I completely understand it, but más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. So the devil knows more because he is old than because he is the devil.
I get that one. That means you can't compete with the value of experience. It means that he's not evil. His evil knowledge or whatever is not because he's the devil. It's because he has he's jaded from years of experience, right?
So you think a person that isn't the devil with his age would be equally evil of knowledge, would have the amount of evil knowledge that he has,
right? Well, I guess you could say it's almost like you could look at it like, do you want to go to a young doctor or an old doctor? They're both doctors.
right?
So do you want to go to the doctor with experience, or do you want to go to the fresh newbie wet behind the ears, right. hacking into your organs for the first time? I want to go to...
Yeah. I think we could all maybe agree that we didn't really want the devil to have that much knowledge anyway.
Right.
Okay, number 7.
Number 7 is quien se fue a Sevilla perdió su silla. Whoever went to Sevilla lost his chair.
So that's like finders keepers, losers weepers. And I think what's funny about this one is I was like, what does Sevilla do? Like what? Like, but the only
what
reason.
Does that have to do with anything?
No, what do they have to do with it? Well, it rhymes with Sia, so Sevilla, Sia. So that's why Sevilla was picked. I don't think they did anything in particular to end up in this proverb, but
so they're not just stealing chairs in Sevilla because.
I thought maybe people went to Sevilla for some reason and then had their chairs, and then something happened, but it has nothing to do with poor Sevilla. It just ended up there because they have the right name.
So our next one is in Valenciano. So let's hear your Valenciano.
Let's give it a shot. This is going to be it more horrible than the Spanish one. So number 8, els diners y els colons per a les ocasions. It kind of rhymes.
Sure. Yeah.
And go for it.
I love what it means.
This I think was
money and male genitalia for all occasions.
Yes.
So it means to seize the day, enjoy enjoy all the lives and passions as you receive them, because you don't know if you're going to get them. So give you all the money and passion. We'll say it means passion.
It's about prosperity and passion. There we go.
Yes.
That's the clean way of saying it.
Yes.
Too funny. Number 9.
Number 9, yeah. No hay mal que por bien no venga. All right, let me try that again, people. No hay mal que por bien no venga. There is no evil from which good does not come.
I like that one as kind of a life lesson, because often when something bad happens, you're just like, oh, and sometimes in life, when you look back at things, you can see some little kernels of positive things that come from those times. And it's good to remember that when it's happening.
It's one of those, a lesson learned kind of thing. And then, and then sometimes, I don't know about you, sometimes I'm done learning lessons. So
that's kind of my theory. I think, am I not old enough to not be learning any more lessons? But do believe that we just keep learning lessons as we get older and older and older. So try and learn your lessons, everybody. Then maybe you won't get so many.
Right.
Number 10.
You're up for number 10, yeah.
Ojos que no ven, corazón que no siente. What the eyes don't see, the heart doesn't feel. So that one, if we don't see something, we tend to forget that it exists. And so it doesn't hurt. So does it hurt if you lose it? It's kind of like you need to keep things in the forefront if you want to care about them, because otherwise those things will disappear. And in a way I remember when my parents moved out of a house that I had grown up in, and my mom would call me and say, I found this thing of yours. Do you want it? And I was like, well, I didn't, but now I do.
Right.
So you have 2 options. You can call me about everything you find, or you can just get rid of everything you find, because I have no idea what's there.
Can I just, a little side note on that? Just the other day I was going through the phone, and I had taken pictures of, one, I was selling so much stuff and getting rid of stuff. And
when you were in the States.
For the stuff before we moved here. So I had taken all these pictures for stuff going on marketplace and all that stuff. And then I also took pictures of things. I'm like, I'm getting rid of it, but I want to take a picture of it so I know of what I had. And I was going through that, and it's exactly it. I was like, oh, I missed that thing. Why did I get rid of that?
So bad idea to take it for memories, I guess.
But also at the same time, it's gone, and I really don't miss it the next day. Do you know what I mean? After my reminiscence of it.
Speaking of lessons learned, are you happy you took the pictures or not?
I am happy because, it's nice to know the things you had, and I don't really need those possessions. But it was like, how did that make it into the bin, the go bin and not the move bin, right?
Right. Well, the decisions, I don't know about you, but when we were moving, I was making brutal decisions. I want to say 3 purges. Like I did one where I got rid of the obvious things. And then I was like, we still have too much. And then I did another purge, and every time I did a new purge, I was getting better at it. And so by the third one, I had really got down to getting rid of things that I really knew in my heart I didn't need to move with, but I sort of was like, maybe I'll keep it, and by the third time, I'm just like, I'm just brutal, like just cut and go. Like the first one was, now that I look back, the first purge that I did was a little pathetic and not very useful. So there's some advice when you're moving. Plan on doing a few purges. Don't leave it all to the last minute. Kind of get the easy things out and then move on, and maybe take some pictures so that you have them for prosperity, and that's it,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what number were we? We moved.
Well, now we're at 11.
Number 11.
Si te quedas 7 veces, levantate 8.
Okay. We have similar versions of that, I think.
Yeah, so it's if you fall 7 times, get up for the 8th time.
Yeah, keep trying. Keep going.
Trying.
Yeah. Keep going. That's very specific. So number 12, el que mucho abarca, poco aprieta. The one that embraces a lot can't keep it together. Now, I love the actual direct translation of this because it kind of sounds like if you're too affectionate, you're one
of those needy, clingy people. Yeah.
Right? You're just like, you're not kind of, and this might be a very British side of me, which is like people that are way, way, way too affectionate all the time. I feel like you're doing that to everybody. You're not being very specific, and maybe it means less. I'm sure that's not the case for people that are doing that. They're just very affectionate to a lot of people and they like doing that. But from a British point of view, it seems more like you haven't chosen who to be affectionate towards. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, because you British people are so known for your affection.
Right? So to me, if you're going to be affectionate, it means something because that's the special thing. But that isn't even what this is about. This is about don't bite off more than you can chew. So it's not even about what I thought it was about.
Right.
So don't bite off more than you can chew.
And in my Italian way, looking at the little translation, I'm like insulted by it because I'm like, what do you mean someone who hugs a lot can't keep it together? Because we're a huggy family over here. We're not. So
it's interesting, isn't it? It's like I think the direct translation is an extremely interesting proverb in a way because it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Numero 13. So,
there you go.
It's not really 13, so don't be counting that way.
You're doing so well on your Spanish, you have to mess it up on the numbers just to be funny. Yes. I love it. Okay, 13.
13. Zapatero a sus zapatos.
I like
Shoemaker
this one.
To his shoes. It basically means you should stick to what you know.
Yes, but I love that there's quite a lot of shoe proverbs.
Yes.
They
are important. Shoes,
they are important, and they mean a lot. So, yes, keep to your lane. If you know shoes, keep to your shoes. And this one's weird, and this is also about shoes. Number 14. Cada uno sabe dónde aprieta el zapato. Everyone knows where to squeeze the shoe. I'll give you 500 guesses of what that means, and you still won't get it right.
I don't know. Everyone knows where to squeeze. I've never squeezed my shoes. It's not the
Right?
Charmin. I've squeezed my Charmin before, but never,
But never your shoes.
but never my shoes.
So this, I don't know how this relates, but each person knows their own limitations, problems, and what's best for themselves. So when do you squeeze shoes?
What's best for you is what this translates to, and yet, but we're squeezing the shoe. Okay.
Do you squeeze shoes to make them more comfortable when you're walking, maybe? And maybe you know where to squeeze your shoes to make them more comfortable, perhaps, back when they were really made of like nice leather and maybe not so comfortable in certain areas of the foot.
No idea.
Yeah.
But that would be stretching the shoe, not squeezing. I don't know what that means. So, any Spaniard.
I do want to do number 15 because this was my absolute favorite. So I'm going to ask if we can skip the alternating and let me do this one because it's so cute.
You are so needy. You are someone who embraces a lot, can't keep it together. So.
I know, and I could have organized them better and made this one land on me, but it didn't happen. Thank you for letting me change this up. Number 15, camarón que se duerme se lo lleva la corriente, which means the shrimp that sleeps is taken by the current. And I think that's so cute.
That is cute. That does bring an image to your head of if you snooze, you lose, right?
Right? I think it does. So you don't be snoozing on a current. You will get taken out to sea.
No one should ever sleep in the water. I mean, I think
that's a very good advice. I just love how we're already sort of seeing a pattern of the different types of animals and things that kind of come into Spanish proverbs. As opposed to English ones. I don't think we have any proverbs about shrimp.
So I don't understand this one. The next one.
Okay.
Ponerse las pilas. Ponerse las pilas means to put the batteries in, but I don't understand.
So literally this means you probably are looking very absent-minded and not focused, and you need to put the batteries in and jazz it up a little bit. Like drink a cup of coffee. Get it together.
Get your energy up. Oh, now I get it.
Ponerse las pilas. Yes.
All right. So, I could yell that in the morning while I'm trying to get these children out of the house to the bus stop.
Mm-hmm. This is a great one for kids.
All right. Ponerse las pilas. Oh, that's going to be very...
I think you could use this several times a day to get your kids going.
Oh, several times an hour. Sometimes.
Right? Don't you think? I think that's one of those ones that I imagine the Spanish grandma screaming at the little kids that are, not getting things done. Number 17.
Okay, so number 17 is are you gonna? I'm gonna do it because you did 2 in a row. I want my time in the sun.
Oh, you're so jealous.
So for hablando, here we go. Hablando del rey de Roma.
Nice.
Speaking of the king of Rome. So that means to speak of the devil, which I love this because
I love this better than speak of the devil, and I'm going to be using this forever. It's so much more oomphy, I think. Speaking of the king of Rome.
Well, Rome did conquer the ancient world, right?
Yeah, and what did the devil ever do?
Exactly, and the devil's just a figment of the imagination. The king of Rome really existed. You know what I mean?
Right, that's true. Yeah, I love that. And this next one,
I know this one is your favorite.
Thank you in advance for taking the other one because now I'm going to do this one. These were my 2 favorite. The one about the shrimp and this one are my 2 favorites. Well, actually, the next one too. So I have a bunch, but let's from the top. Number 18. Crece la última Coca-Cola del desierto. To think of yourself as the last Coca-Cola in the desert, which you just know exactly what that means.
So it means you think you're the Queen of Sheba, basically.
Yes,
right?
The Queen of Sheba. Yeah, and it makes sense, and I can imagine there's something that's one that completely makes sense, and I think it's a cute little proverb.
It's very cute. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that one as well. So, number 19,
Hmm.
feliz como una lombriz. Lombriz? Did I pronounce that right? Feliz como una lombriz. Happy like a worm. Happy as a clam,
Hmm.
basically, is what that means, you know?
Yeah, that's basically
So,
the same, except that Feliz and Lombris, they rhyme, so they have their version of it rhyming, which is why that one makes sense. So this is kind of like the Sevilla one. Like the only reason why they picked a worm is because it rhymes with Feliz.
because it rolls off the tongue
It
better,
does.
yes.
Then it's cute and it rolls, and now you're thinking of a cute. I mean, a clam's happy, a worm's happy. I don't know that any of these animals are like have a reason to be the happiest thing on earth, but they have now
Well, I mean, I
become
don't think
that.
they have brains, so if you don't have a brain, you're probably pretty happy.
That's probably true. You can't stress about anything, so you're like,
Right. They're not paying taxes. You know what I
no.
mean? So,
Kind of like our dog. I see those memes all the time. It's like, yeah, there's nothing like the sigh of a dog that's going to sleep with no stress, no taxes, food in the bowl, water in the bowl.
and dogs do make a big sigh, don't they?
They
They make
do.
a whole show of going to
Hmm.
their last breath before they go to sleep.
Right?
It's a
Like they have
jeez.
the weight of the world on their shoulders, and you're looking at them while you're like working and researching and doing all this stuff and paying your bills, and you're like, really?
Right, when you're crying.
Right. And your dog is sighing, who just ate a whole like bowl of delicious food and then got a treat afterwards. Yes.
Right.
Okay, the very last one, number 20. There are more, so we will probably be doing this again, and these are
I
quite
think
fun.
we should do these. Yes, I think we should do these again because it's
Yeah,
fun, you know? I
it's
mean, we're no
very fun.
language experts, but we can pretend to pepper our podcasts with some other kinds of
Well, there you
practical
go.
knowledge.
Yeah, and this one I think is a good one to land on at the very end, because I think we've all experienced this. Hay días tontos y tontos todos los días. There are stupid days and people who are stupid every day.
Yes.
I don't think we need to
Not
explain
us.
that. No, not us. We're not
Not
stupid.
us.
And not you who are listening, because you're listening to us. So you're not
Which
stupid
makes
either.
you so smart.
So
So
we're talking about everybody else.
everybody else.
So that was 20 of the funny and silly proverbs that we found. And like I said, we did find more, and there are also sort of sayings and things that are slightly different from proverbs
And
that
then there's like
we.
the idiomatic phrases and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So we'll have to do maybe we'll do one on idiomatic phrases and in some
Mm-hmm.
time, you know. We're not gonna tell you
Absolutely.
when. We gotta keep you on your toes.
Absolutely. But we will sprinkle in some fun things like this, along with this is sort of educational and fun. And then the other stuff where we talk about our experiences, and it's all a little mishmash of information.
Yeah. Yeah, I have something I wanted to tell you. And
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to tell you the story. So speaking of experiences, so this is totally a side note on this whole thing, and I guess maybe it's a double ah Spain. I don't know. But last night I went to the kebab shop around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and we go there a lot because in the summer the kitchen's closed. Shea
Okay.
Gaetano is not open for business,
No, it's too
and
hot.
it's
Is
too
this one of
hot.
those kebab shops that does kebabs, pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers, or is it an actual kebab shop?
They don't do the pizza. They only do
Okay.
kebab, but they do have like samosas and croquettes. They have like the
Mm,
fried, and they do do a hamburger, but
okay.
it's not the frozen pizza, and it's really good. And if I knew the
Okay.
name, I would totally give them a shout out, but I don't know the name of the shop. I just know it's the one on the corner. But we've been going in there a lot this summer because, like I said, the kitchen's closed, and so I know the owner, and whenever he's always like, "Hey, how are you?" And there was another foreigner in the shop, and he was like, "Oh, I want to introduce you to another foreigner because all us foreigners need to know each other." And so this very nice Brazilian man and I were talking, and then his wife came into the shop, and I don't know where the conversation led, but they were talking about how they had moved here a year ago. I'd been
Mm-hmm.
here 2 years. I was talking about my oh yes, I moved here with my daughters, and the woman, Marisol's her name. She goes, "Are you the one that does the podcast?"
No. Did
Yeah,
you get recognized?
I got recognized, and she goes, you do it with the woman." I was like, "Yeah, I felt, Tanya." We got to pat ourselves on the back. We are like local celebrities now. I was,
Nice.
it was such
That's
a
so
random little
fun.
thing.
I
Yeah.
thought she might have recognized your voice, but it was more the story, I
It
guess.
was
Yeah.
just, yeah. I mean, she didn't say anything that I had some shrill voice that she recognized anywhere. She recognized, yeah, the background. And I was like, oh. So,
That's really cool. I have to say, I mean, we can see the numbers and we're on our 30 something episode. I'm not
I
sure
think
what
this
number
is like
this one's going to
36
be.
or 37, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So, we're like, it's exciting for us to be doing that, but it's like super exciting for somebody to actually meet someone that's listening, because you're like,
Yeah.
then that's the actual real people are listening. I know that sounds crazy, but it does sound like, it does feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we see the numbers and you're like, and we are growing and it's amazing. And thank you all for listening and everything, because it's making it worthwhile for us. I mean, makes us feel good and we're being heard. But yes, to have some random person at the kebab shop.
At the kebab shop. That's so great. Well, shout out to them for recognizing you. And yeah, that's exciting. That's an
Right?
Spain, an Spain. I don't know what you want to call that. So we start and end on an Spain, I guess.
I guess so.
I love that. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. We love doing it, but it is nice if people are actually finding us a little entertaining, not just we're finding ourselves entertaining. So there's our silly proverbs and silly stories for today, I think. And
I think so, and I think it was a fun hangout with you today, Tanya.
It was, yeah. And thank you for letting me do 2 in a row. It was very exciting.
Of course,
you're too kind. All right, ciao.
Ciao. Hey, can't get enough of us? Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Spain Podcast.
And on our website, ourspain.com, which we will be updating with exciting new things as we grow.
We would love for you to message us with any topics you would like to hear about.
See you next time.
Bye.